Hey guys, Disler Magic here, and you may have heard the controversy about this wonderful card, Nexus of Fate. It is the buy a box promo for the M19 set. So how this works is during their initial order, an official Wizards Play Network location that's been open for at least a year gets a whole bunch of boxes, and then from Wizards they order like a pack, a shipment, whatever, of promos. And I think this would probably come with their F&M promos as well. So Wizards is like, oh, you're part of the WPN. Here, have a big box of promos. And there are levels. Like I said, you have to be open a year to even be core store sized. Otherwise, it's, what do they call it, gateway or something like that. Basically, gateway, you don't get crap, and I heard you can't qualify for a core for at least a year. Anyway, if you're a core size store, you get 20 of these buy a box promos. If you're advanced, you get 40, and if you're advanced plus, you get 60. It is very difficult to qualify for advanced plus. Larger stores would have no problem doing it, but, oh boy, they basically have to run 2.5 events every week and register them or something. It's pretty rough. They almost have to have multiple locations. So I'd say most stores are probably getting 20 or 40 of these. So that just simply means the first, 40 people will say to buy a box, get this card for free. They have to hand it out for free. That is the terms. The Wizards decided to make this card standard legal. So last time it was those stupid Minotaurs or whatever, and nobody wanted the card. It was okay for Brawl. It was just blah. It was worth a couple bucks. But whatever the card is, you can't find it in boosters. You can't find it in Planeswalker decks, welcome decks, nothing. It's like the only place you can get it is the buy a box, and that's it. So online sellers get precisely 0 of these. And even if they did get them, because I think like Card Kingdom, they technically have a local gaming store where people play. They are technically a WPN location. They are still legally obligated to give them out to the first 40 people, well, them, it would be 60, who walk in the door and buy a booster box. They cannot sell them online unless they were traded in by a customer, like on a buy list. So to say there are not enough of these to go around would be an understatement. Let's estimate it, okay? Let's just use the ballpark number of 100,000 boxes are created for M19. I mean, it's probably not 50,000. I know for a fact that's kind of low, but would it be 200,000? I don't know. It's not like they released these numbers. So let's just ballpark it. 100,000 boxes are created, opened. Okay, great. Actually, I'd say maybe 5 to 10% of them are sat on by people and not opened immediately, or, a store gets stuck with them in inventory for years. So let's go to 90,000. In general, it takes about 61 packs to open to get one of every rare. Now, I'm not saying that if you did that, you'd get one of every one. There's obviously going to be repeats. It's just if you were to open 1,000 packs, about every 61 would result in one individual rare. And that is accounting for mythics. It's not accounting for if the rare is in the Planeswalker deck. It's not accounting for rares that aren't in the booster boxes. It's not accounting for foils. So, this is very, ballpark, like I said. So, 61 packs, we'll just say 64 because that's every 2 boxes. So, 90,000 boxes get opened, 45,000 of every rare exist. Well, I happen to know that there's approximately 6,500 WPN locations worldwide. Let's say, oh boy, I don't know. Let's say 300 of them are still gateway level, so they don't really get anything from the way I understand it. Okay, so 6,500 stores that are all WPN, they're all happy. Some will get 20, some will get 40, some will get 60. I would assume most of them are in the middle because it's not that hard to qualify for the middle one. So I don't know, let's just say across the board average of 40. Cumulatively, then there are 260,000 copies of this going out. So that means that for any rare in the set, there are actually 5.7 times more Nexuses of Fate than that one individual card. So let's say I'm completely off and they print and sell 500,000 boxes instead of 100,000, and they're all open. Every single one is open. There's still technically a little bit more of this promo floating around than any other card. But let's say, okay, Wizards is lying about the number of WPN locations, or way more of them are gateway than, we'd like to think. Still, these numbers, it takes quite a bit to match up. The problem is I'm not opening 100 of them and saying, oh, cool, a $2 card, and then trading them in on a buy list. That's how supplies get to the customers. People like me, either selling them directly on eBay, TCG Player, or Card Shark, and then the remainders, I'm just like, here, have 100 of them, Channel Fireball or Troll and Toad, Card Kingdom, whoever I want to sell to. Everybody gets one, okay? It's very unusual and rare for somebody to say, you know what, you bought 5 boxes from us, have 5. And plus, who buys 5 boxes at, retail local price? In fact, the rules say they're instructed not to do that. So what do people do? Oh, it's a rare card. It's worth money, but not everybody's going to sell it. They might trade it away to a person who directly wants it, so it doesn't ever hit the mass global economy. I mean, if you trade it to somebody who wants it, they won't go online and buy it, so it's not, completely negating the, the whole supply-demand thing. But, I could go to Card Kingdom and be like, here, I'll sell you one. And then somebody else says, oh, I'll sell you one. A lot of people are just going to be like, oh, cool, a promo. Put it in the binder. Yay. And they'll just keep it. They'll sit on it. Or they'll put it in a deck because it's already in their hands. It's not like, oh, I opened 8 of these and I don't want any. Might as well get some of my money back. Boom, buy list. So if even like 80% of people start doing that, and I'm a little bit off by the number of boxes, now we're talking, okay, this is less circulated than a normal rare. Now, what kind of numbers are we looking at for mythics? That's a different story. But still, like, this is still printed, I would think, higher than any other rarity in the set, and that's what people aren't getting about this. So there aren't enough to go around in the traditional sense because Card Kingdom can't go and open 10,000 boxes and say, cool, we've got, X amount, 500, 1,000, whatever of this card. They're going to get 0 of the card. That's their starting point. 0. So it's going to feel like there's a lot less of these going around than there actually are. So let's head over to a fun little website known as eBay, which I would also recommend Wizards do at some point. They take a little journey over to eBay and, maybe pretend to give a crap for a second and do something about this. Well, what do we have here? People are selling Nexuses of Fate. That's funny. They don't come out until July 7th, and it's currently June 27th. Oh, look, $30, $30. Oh, Canada. Thanks, Canada. Love you guys. 32 we got. 33.75 we got. Oh, and look, that's a real actual picture. That is, he has it in hand. Wonderful. Oh, there's another one. Clearly in hand. Oh, in the Ukraine. Yeah, a lot of trustworthy people live there. Big set of 4 there. Then we got, let's see, we got some of those. For some reason, these were not eBay International, but now these are. That makes sense because it says eBay International, whatever. So if you go to España, you can get 4 of them. Muy bien. And I don't know, these are just related. Cool. So not that many for sale, but there actually were more. I think they're getting bought up. Last time I checked, I think there was like 20 or 30. Oh, God help us if we go to sold. Here we go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Holy crap. That guy, he was nice enough to put his name on it. I mean, look at this. It's like, where are we at? Like 50, 60 now? There's page 2. I'm not even going to go there. It's just, look at all these people that are legally obligated by a contract that they signed to give these out for free to customers, saying, screw the customers, I don't want to hand the customers a $30 bill, I'm going to pocket the money. And remember, I think every single one of these could be multiple quantities, so hundreds of these have already sold in all likelihood. Unbelievable. Now, the card itself has virtually no use in Standard. I stand by my assessment that it's pretty unplayable in Standard, but you expand it to a wider set of decks, like I think Narset can free cast spells for free. This is an instant that's huge. Way more cards can work with an instant than a sorcery. They're easier to fetch, and it doesn't exile itself. I think Wizards knew exactly what they were doing, making this not exile itself. So the silver lining is you don't need this card for Standard at all, but so what? It's still $30 and I still want it? That's really the problem. And it's not just, they only printed 500 of these worldwide. What the hell? How are people supposed to get these? No, they printed at least like 250,000 of these. I mean, come on, people. And they never said this won't be in the next reprint set. So keep that in mind before you go investing in these. I would not. I mean, don't buy high and sell low. That's stupid. Also, do you really think there's 260,000 people building this deck? I mean, it's a big Commander one, and I heard it's in a couple other really obscure formats. Or it's in some really weird, like, modern decks where you try to free cast it and go infinite with infinite turns. I don't know. People are telling me I can do it turn 6 and stuff. I don't know. It's so disruptible. I mean, one little counterspell and you're screwed. So it's not what I would call a good deck. It's just, yeah, it's played. It's on people's radar. It's a thing that can happen. So I really don't think that there's 260,000 people who are going to go build that deck now. That's ridiculous. I mean, they barely have 10 million people playing the game. But one thing you do have to consider, unlike, Scapeshift, is people could already be playing the deck, and now this is a better version of the card. It's cheaper, faster, easier, So you could just say, okay, I'm going to pull part the water veil and I'm going to put this in instead and then tweak a couple cards and okay, now the deck's better. So theoretically, everybody who's already playing this deck would want this card. So, okay, that's going to do something to the demand. Unlike Scapeshift, where it's like, if you built Scapeshift, you built Scapeshift. Like, what do you want the new card? Because it's just such quality printing and nice paper. So the problem is Wizards is effectively like, you know, they're not really doing this, but it feels like they're doing this. They're going to each WPN location and saying, hey, we know you lost a couple $1,000s on Amonkhet. You made absolutely nothing or lost money on Ixalan. Whoops, hope you can stay in business. Try selling Doritos and nachos and pretzels. Maybe mark up the Mountain Dews a little bit because you sure as hell ain't making money on Magic products. Sorry. Well, then Iconic Masters was garbage, and then Masters 25 was garbage. So, yeah, a lot of stores are probably on the verge of shutting down because of just the absolute shit show that the last couple sets were. And, I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon ain't doing great either. Actually, Pokemon's doing okay, but there's not much more you can sell. Force of Will, that died. Any inventory you got of that is worthless. I heard it's coming back, but we'll see. So where are they making money? I mean, it's not like D&D players spend that much. Tabletop is kind of doing okay, but, you know, you got Amazon to compete with. So you're in dire financial straits. It's a really bad situation. You're on the verge of closing down, and then they hand you an entire pack of 40 to 60, maybe 20 cards worth $30 a piece. I am absolutely not saying, oh, I don't blame them. Screw Wizards. Yeah, put them up on eBay. Wizards owes you money. Hell no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I kind of get where they're coming from. I see where the motivation comes up. But, you know, I also see why, you know, a person in my situation can be like, you know, I should rob a bank. Doesn't mean I should. It's just I get where I'm coming from. Like, I got medical bills and some debt and shit. Like, I get it. But guess what? I'm not going to do it because it's wrong. It's morally wrong and it's illegal and just I'm not going to do it. As far as you know. No, I'm not going to do it. Well, there's two more things that you need to realize about this. Longtime players know how this works. They watch the daily MTG, they look at the WPN announcements, and they know these cards are coming. If they're used to getting a buy a box promo and they know that they're at, you know, a whatever level store and, you know, okay, they can walk in the door on day one and be like, I want a box. Give me a promo with it. And if they say Wizards never sent them, somebody's going to be suspicious. If they said we're sold out and then they talk to all their friends at F&M and said, did any of you get one? And everybody says no, guess what? They didn't sell out. Well, I mean, they did, but on eBay. The chances of somebody figuring this out and reporting the store, and in fact, like 10 people reporting the store, are so high they could lose their WPN status after enough reports. Then they get no promos, no pre-release, nothing. They're suspended from the program. They basically can't hold anything. They can only hold informal F&Ms for their own prizes, and that's it. For at least 6 months, if not a year, if not permanently. You get caught doing this, you are screwed. I know because 2 stores in my area got caught doing this and had their WPN account suspended. One was temporarily, and then they did it again, and it was permanent. Another one had it revoked temporarily twice, and in my opinion, they should be shut down. I think you know which one it is. I'll give you a hint. It's from the series LGS from Hell. The owners and the staff really are Class A scumbags, trust me. So why pocket just a couple $100s, which, I mean, if you've got like 2 staff members, a huge store, maybe multiple locations, or even just one big location, it's popular, you've got exclusivity in the city, there's no other, you know, MTG locations or something, you're doing really well. Honestly, a couple $100s isn't that much money. So I think it's these smaller stores where they're like, we are in debt, we just paid rent on a credit card, we're screwed, we're gonna have to go out of business. Oh look, they just handed us like $1,000. I mean, if they're a mid-level store, $1,200 right there, $30 a piece times 40 cards. But I mean, here's the thing. If they sold Masters 25 for $210 a box, which I mean, I think people would have bought it for $210. I mean, it was bad, but it wasn't that bad. If they sold 50 boxes, that's $3,450 profit. So still, $1,200, it's kind of that much money, but it's kind of not. Like, you're probably paying your staff $25,000 a year. I mean, it sounds like a high number, but in business sense, it's not. And plus your rent's probably like $2,000 a month. Oh, and then there's insurance, and then you got to pay this and that, and Social Security, and you know, Medicare, and workers' comp, and all this other crap. But for some stores, okay, $1,200 might be the difference. Maybe they operate, you know, the owner operates it themselves, and I think it's these super small, doing poorly locations that are the ones throwing these up on eBay. Still, don't condone it. I mean, I wish every last one of these people would just get banned for life so that they could just close and open a business that is profitable and, like is competitive in today's markets. But here's the fun part. You can look at some of the exact locations or even specifically the return address on any of these cards and find out exactly where these people are. I mean, you just type it in, it's like, oh, it's blah, 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 collectibles and games. So if Wizards actually gave a shit, if they actually got their investigation team, which is a team of multiple people that does nothing but stuff like this, and bought one copy of every single card from every one of these people on eBay, and then looked at the return address and tried to match up a good portion of them to a store, and then instantly suspended them for 6 months from the WPN program, that still wouldn't do anything. You heard me correctly. What they have to do is talk about it, publicly announce it, and publicly shame these people by name. Say, hey, these 20 stores have just been suspended for selling promos online. Anybody else doing this, we will investigate it. We will ban you. You will get caught. The only reason people are doing it now is because they think they won't get caught. If Wizards announces to everybody, okay, only 20 people had consequences, but for the other, couple hundred of you who sell promos online, you will get caught, boom, they all stop. Chilling effect. It's PR, it's marketing, it's press releases, it's get the word out there that this will not be tolerated, because that does way more than just catching individual people one at a time, which is just not cost effective or time effective. You have to cut these people's heads off and parade around saying this will happen to you too, okay? Chilling effect. And then put the LGS owner's head on a spike outside of Wizards headquarters, obviously. By the way, that was a joke. But people did that in the medieval times. I mean, chilling effect. It's supposed to scare people. This is not a new strategy, people. So yes, I absolutely think they should do that. That would be the solution. But should they stop putting $30 cards as a buy a box promo? Probably, yeah. I mean, the thing where people are like, oh, there's never going to be enough of these to go around. Well, I told you the numbers. Unless you know more about the print numbers than I do, it's at least at parity with an average rare from the set. Or it's printed at, 5 times the prevalence. So there's enough to go around, kind of, with the exception of the fact that these are going into individuals' hands one at a time. So for them to just flood, the big single sellers, it's just not going to happen. So there's not enough to go around with online sales. Everybody's going to be sold out. But just the number that exists on planet Earth is a reasonable number. Well, let's pretend we're Zynga and King Games and just copy our competition. Just do exactly what they're doing. Wizards has the ability to send sealed booster boxes directly to stores. I heard if you get to the 4th level, super advanced store plus whatever the hell, you can buy your products directly from Wizards, like a certain portion of them. And then there's like pre-release kits, which are packaged a very particular way. So all they have to do is, instead of sending them, 60 promos, they send them 60 boxes with promos in them with special markings. Then you've got to sell the box online in order to sell the promo, because the promo is in the damn box. And just make that the first 60 that you sell. It's really simple. Now, could they open the first 4, use the boosters as prize support for pre-release, and then sell 4 promos? Yeah. Could they open all 60? I don't think they're going to sell 60 boxes worth of loose boosters, so I'm going to say no, actually. Could they open it, steal the promo, and reseal it? Nobody would catch them. Hell no. There's really no way around this, and, boxes are what, $96 online? Or, well, Sports and More has been known to sell them for like $79. So we'll just, split the difference and say, okay, average 90. They are usually 90 back before all this damn circus with Sports and More ruining the entire game's economy. So, oh great, you got a $30 promo. You could sell it for, you could sell the box $120 local, or you could sell it for $90 plus the promo, okay, maybe 30 extra bucks, okay, $120 online. Well, if you're going to sell for $120 online or $120 local, you'll just sell it local. So that would solve the problem. So the question is Wizards just that incompetent? And boy, is that the question. Or did they do this on purpose? Because they're just like, wink, wink, nod, maybe give out 30 of them and sell the other 30. You know what I mean? Because then some people got them, but you can always claim, oh, somebody who we've never seen before, somebody who doesn't play at F&M, they came in and bought one, and then, they went out. Trust me, they went out. Or, oh, Wizards sent us 40 instead of 60, must have been a mistake. We're on the phone with them right now. And really, you just sold the rest. I mean, it's their way of keeping LGSs open, I guess. There was another theory that Lion put out there of, did they do this on purpose to make stores look bad? To have people turn on the stores and then they go play on MTGO or Arena or buy their products at Walmart or online? I mean, maybe. That's a bit of a conspiracy theory. It seems a bit far-fetched to me, but maybe. I wouldn't put it past them, because everything they've done lately besides buy a box promos have tried to just screw over the stores. So I don't know. They do keep saying that they want, people to support local gaming stores. They want places to play, and the game would collapse without it. It's not quite true. You could just play online, but I don't know. Are they really trying to push for online? I think no, because the word is they're trying to sell their company. I still don't quite believe that. Or I should say Hasbro is trying to sell them off. So they're trying to look good. Well, you know what doesn't look good? A bunch of stores closing and your paper sales going down. So yeah, I mean, that's about all the details with it. It's, you know, who did what on purpose and what, you know, what was the point of this? Did they know it would be that expensive? Will it stay that expensive? No. I'm going to say no. Everybody's like, oh, there's only like 1,000 copies. No, there's 260,000 copies going out. It's just as hard to actually have them go up for sale, basically, because of who they're going to and what volume. But a lot exists, so it's not just rarity, and it's not just, oh, supply versus demand. I mean, it kind of is a supply issue, but it kind of isn't. So long term, the next 2 years, I think it'll go down in price. Not that low. It's still the best turn, you know, extra turn card in existence as far as I know, except for, you know, Time Walk. So we'll see, but 3 very important things to remember. 1, if your store says they sold out, they never got them, Wizards never sent them, whatever, or they, you know, you talk to everybody and they say they sold out but nobody got one, report them immediately to Wizards, okay? Do not stand for this behavior. I know it slightly affects you because then, oh, they can't formally hold F&M, whatever. So the garbage F&M promos, you won't get one. Other than that, they'll probably still hold F&M if they want to make any kind of money. You need to teach these greedy assholes stealing your property that's legally yours according to Wizards. It is obligated to be given to you for free. They're taking that out of your pocket and selling it. They are literally stealing money from you. Secondly, if you see these people on eBay and you feel like, you know, wasting $30 and supporting this in any way, take the return address and report it directly to Wizards. It's like customer service at wizards.com or something like that. And they will forward it to their investigation team and give you like the name of the person investigating it. Like, they do not mess around when you did all the work for them. Oh, third, if anybody flaunts that they're running a fake WPN location, which that's a whole nother thing. A lot of these eBay sellers are actually just running fake stores that don't exist. They closed a while ago and somebody's just making orders on the former owner's WPN number. So then Wizards just needs to clean that up and check on it. That's, you know, it's whatever it is, what it is. But if you see people who are like, haha, I'm making a YouTube video, and look, I've got 40 of these. Look, I've got 40 standard showdown packs, and I'm going to open them because fuck you. Ha ha ha, I'm breaking the law by, you know, violating the terms of a contract and stealing these. Ha ha ha, how edgy I am. You guys know damn well who I'm talking about. Flag their videos. Just mass flag the living shit out of their videos. Just put in the description, this is stolen property. These are supposed to go to the, you know, things, and they're violating a contract and whatever, blah, 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 blah. I mean, if 100 of those float in, YouTube's going to delete their channel. It's really that simple, so do it. And the fourth thing to remember is don't invest in these. They are not nearly as rare as you think. They're just hard to get, but, you know, after enough time, these are going to start floating into some markets. In fact, if you're interested in one, I would either try to trade for one when somebody gets one, or just wait a little bit. Oh, and also just put pressure on Wizards to put the damn promo inside a box. It's not that damn hard. So that's about it for this situation. I will see you guys next video.